Hi, my name is Janusz Kopa. I'm from Midland Software. I will show you how you can create a project on the codeBeamer system in a few minutes, how to import data into your project and how you can start with it. I'm logged in the server with my account and I created a new project dialog. I have different options. I can use a template project to create my project, or I can do it manually. Actually, I will do it manually. So my project will be ELM Wiki development. I click on finish, and later on I will add different information into the project has been created. We do have a document system in the project, a wiki system, a wiki's communication space, a tracker where you can have different trackers, a reporting system where you can make different reports on tracker artifacts. You can create here release notes, for example, forum for communication, a build system, and source code related information. And here you can manage members, roles, rights, and here under admin, the whole project. As next step, I will add source code into my project. I click on source code. You see that there is no version control system associated with this project. I click on SCM settings and on subversion, set, and I will create a new subversion managed repository. The project repository name will be ELM demo, and I will load a dump file into my project. This is a dump file created by SVN admin. I click on finish, and the source code will be loaded into my subversion system. Then subversion is importing the history information, and the system is creating different source code related statistic information. We see that it takes a few seconds. Version control is ready, import is ready. We see that this project is a very small project. It has actually 4,865 lines of code. We don't have task actually in this project, and we have no commit information in the project. So at this stage, we do have version control system, and we do have source code in our version control system. As next step, I click on the document tab, and I will add project-related documents into my project. First step, I create a directory here. Then the directory name will be ELM. I click on create, go into this directory, and upload zip file into this directory, which has different documents. I click on the unpack zip files. So with one step, I upload different documents, and the document will be stored in the document storage. I can use the document storage later on to manage the documents and version them. I am in the document storage, and we have here 4 documents. I go into the ELM directory, select it, set permissions. I don't want that external developers and customers modify my documents here. I click on recursive save, and all documents under this folder will change the permission. As next step, I go to trackers, and I will add different tasks into my task tracker. So I click on my task tab, and we'll click on import. On import, I can import a comma-separated file. I do have one comma-separated file. As next step, I go here, and this is a wizard for import. On the import wizard, I can associate field items, tracker fields with items in the comma-separated file. Actually, I see this field is not available, or order looks like correct. The date format is not correct. The date format must be in this format, like we do have it here, and the number format is correct, and I will start to import data from the second row. This is the second row actually. Okay, I show on preview, looks like correct, on import, and my data is imported in my system. I check the second item, looks like correct, but the start date and the end date is not correct. It's an old date. I go back to the checkers, select all items, I click on master date, change the start date. The start date must be today, change the end date. The end date should be in the future, and click on submit. Then I changed the start date and the end date. Okay, so at this stage we do have source code, we do have documents, we have tasks in our system. The next step, I will show you how to add a build to your project. I click on the build tab. I see that there is no build in this project, so we create a new one. We see here that in the version control system, we do have a build.xml file, which was imported earlier into Subversion. I will use this build file. We do have actually only one build file, and I will say this is my build. I give a name. Description can be filled in later. We do have different options to start the build. Here we see how we can make a continuous integration to start the build in every 1 hour, or run the build after 5 minutes after the last source commit, and the output of the build can be redirected into a discussion forum, and the error can be also redirected into a different forum. It's called news here. Then I click on add, then the build is ready, and is associated to the periodical timer. I can test it manually whether it's running correctly. It seems to be okay. We started. It's creating a directory. Then the Java compiler is called. Then jar file will be created. Then zip file will be created. And we use a macro. It's called CB release, which is uploading the created file, jar file, into the codeBeamer document storage. Let's see whether we do have it. I click on document. Okay, these documents, they were created at this time, and they are on the document management system. Next step is to add member to your project, and when your new members, they created an account on the portal, you can use the new member dialog, and on the new member dialog you can look for somebody, and I will add my colleague to this project as an external developer extern. Okay, so we added a new member to the project, and he is developer extern. Next step would be to set up permissions on different roles. So this is the developer extern, and I can set up permissions in this role. We see that we have different options. So I can specify whether extern developer can use the build system, can use the document storage, can use the forums, whether can administer and see the members, whether can commit or not. Actually, I don't want that they can make commit in my system, but that they can see the source code and source code violation, statistic information. Okay, it seems to be correct, and I click save, and we do have the first role configured to external developer access in our system. And afterwards you can add new members as external and intern, and you can configure the roles to the proper system access. Thank you for your attention.